School districts across the county are proposing a rise in school budgets for the 2026 to 2027 school year to be voted on during Town Meeting Day. Across the state, there is a projected 11.9% average increase in property taxes being proposed from preliminary school budgets. In Burlington, the school district is proposing a 4.47% increase in budget from last year, hoping for over $140 million. They are aiming to keep below the state average with an estimated 4.7% increase in property taxes.
And there are no additions in this budget. So this is really just maintaining our current level of service, factoring for the decline in enrollment. It really reflects the increase in salaries and benefits and sort of the amount that we need to just continue to run the district.
About half of the projected statewide 11.9% average increase is due to anticipated rises in school district spending. The other half comes from the lack of a one-time allocation of around $100 million that was given to the State Education Fund last year to lower tax rates. This has been a common practice in recent years by the legislature and the governor. Burlington's projected property tax rate assumes that Governor Scott and the Vermont legislature will contribute $75 million to property tax relief across the state, reducing the proposed impact from 8.99% to 4.7%.
So it's really going to see how does it shake out in the Vermont legislature over the next couple of weeks and months, but we feel pretty confident that at least $75 million of those tax dollars are going to help offset the costs this year.
In South Burlington, next year's budget proposal includes a 3.4% increase, which will lead to an 8.76% school tax increase.
And the board did that very purposely. They wanted to tie a budget that was tied to inflation. And so they used that number here for northeast part of the country, and it was at 3.4%, which still means there's reductions because when you take into account the fact that there are always expenses that continue to rise, health care, salaries, wages, insurance.
Sure.
We know inflation's been out of control. Things increase. So to actually not have to make any cuts, we would have needed to increase our budget by about 6%.
In Winooski, there's a 4.59% budget increase being proposed.
Good news is we don't anticipate any increase in our homestead tax rate. Instead, we're projecting a 1% decrease.
This decrease, however, is projected through a reduction of around 10 jobs. According to the tax department, education property taxes have risen more than 40% in the last 5 years, despite a decline in student enrollment and layoffs across the county.